Hello again, my friends, and welcome to the April 2020 edition of Free PC VR Games. 11 new games to showcase this month, and there's some real choice gems in this batch in a wide variety of genres. There's something for everybody in here. Let's get started with a couple of spooky games. Aspen Lane VR is a short supernatural thriller adventure. You play as a paranormal investigator called to uncover evidence of a malicious haunting within a family home in North London.
And it seems to have a reaction to the radio, so good luck.
Hands down, the most impressive thing in here is the graphics. They look phenomenal. There is some limited interaction as you investigate, but you can't interact with everything. The only mode of movement is sliding, so if you're prone to motion sickness, you may have difficulty in here. It was all over for me in about 8 minutes. There aren't any jump scares, but there are certainly spooky and disturbing moments. If you don't mind being spooked, then it's definitely worth a download. Grave of the Petrified is a quick but suspenseful escape puzzler. You find yourself trapped inside an ancient Greek temple, and Medusa herself is lurking in the dark trying to follow you and turn you into stone. You need to solve a simple puzzle to open a door and escape. With the sound design, it can get pretty spooky in here. It's an overall well-made adventure. The only mode of movement is arm-swinging locomotion, and you can beat it in about 10 minutes. Chef Fu is a Fruit Ninja clone, but out of the many free Fruit Ninja clones that I've tried, this one has the best overall presentation. You know the drill here. Various food items are flying up in front of you, and you need to slice them all. The pace of flying food increases over time and adds to the challenge. After 5 misses, it's game over for you. But once you see your sword start to leave a trail, that means you have your time slow ability ready to go. So you can press the grip button to slow down time for a bit so you can catch up. It's a simple and decent little Fruit Ninja clone. In Bullet Time VR, bad guys are trying to shoot you. But thankfully, you have Neo-like powers, so time will stop before you get hit. That gives you the opportunity to turn bullets back at them. If you miss the enemy, they'll give you 2 more chances, with each remaining time freeze giving you less time. And if you get shot, you'll get sent back to a previous checkpoint, so you may go to an older level, but no more than 3 levels behind where you were. You'll need a pretty large play space, because sometimes I had to reach beyond my room scale bounds to be able to grab the bullets. For a free student project, I was overall impressed. The game page says it supports a Vive only. I can vouch that it works on the Index, but I've heard mixed results playing on other headsets. FPS Infinite is a procedurally generated action-adventure game inspired by Metroid Prime. Explore randomly generated worlds for new abilities to unlock new areas and obtain more abilities. It features a cute and approachable visual style. I found the enemies rather charming, and I almost felt bad killing them. But alas, the killing must be done. You can choose Quick Start to jump into the action right away, or you can choose Custom Game for an almost overwhelming amount of customizable options for gameplay mechanics and generation of the procedural game world. For movement modes, you can choose either sliding or teleporting. For a free adventure game, it's rather impressive, and a must-play for Metroid fans. If you're using index controllers, you should know that it requires some manual custom binding to properly work. I'll link to the instructions for that down below. Dead Ground Arcade is a straightforward and chaotic 180 arcade shooter. The gameplay couldn't be more simple. On each hand you have a gun, and you need to shoot down the constant stream of zombies running at you. Reloading each gun is automatic, just drain all your ammo for a refill. By killing the zombies, you'll release power-up bubbles, which will feature new guns or health. And with a large number of zombies, combined with how many power-ups they'll leave behind, it all culminates into a symphony of chaotic action. Just keep wailing on the zombies to stay alive. After a while, you'll face boss battles as well. There's 3 unlockable levels, and it also features multiplayer, but personally, I didn't see any multiplayer games available when I played. I've played a lot of free zombie games, and this is one of the more polished ones that I've seen. If you're in the mood for frantic zombie action, then this will certainly fit the bill. Virus Popper is an educational game about personal hygiene, an incredibly timely experience since everyone needs to be mindful of this with good habits to keep everyone safe. You begin with a lesson on how long you should be washing your hands.
And I'm here to teach you how to wash your hands carefully. Isn't this long? Yes, this is really 20 seconds.
After which, you're faced with a stream of nasty bugs out to get you. Keep them away by using the proper tools, otherwise they'll stick to you. Using the wrong tools will hinder your progress as well. This is a perfect educational experience game for kids, but the messaging is important for everyone to hear, and the information is conveyed in a friendly, positive way. Grab the Beat is part dancing game, part rhythm matching game. Use your hands to follow the path of orbs coming at you. By following the path, the idea is that you'll somewhat be matching the dance moves of the dancer you see in front of you. I really like the concept, but I also struggled in this because I couldn't decide if I should be watching the dancer or the paths. And whenever I tried to focus on the paths, the dancer would cover them up. So personally, I found this really difficult to follow along, but I still recommend trying it, because if you're better able to focus than I was, then you'll likely have a great time. For the rest of the games in this video, they didn't work with index controllers, but switching to the Vive ones and they work great. You Are Next is a murder mystery where you do some time travel into the past to discover who wants to kill you. You're guided by an AI personality through several of your past memories to closely examine each scene for clues as to who the killer might be.
You're all working very hard. As you know, my understanding is limited, but were you making a baby? It would be 15 years old now.
You have 2 hours to solve the mystery. The only mode of movement is teleporting.
I am glad that you picked the XY experimentation among all the advertisements promising money.
Within each memory, choose a selectable object to get information from your AI companion or hear audio recordings. Sometimes you'll need to press a second button to unscramble written documents, which is a creative little feature. After discovering a specific piece of evidence in a scene, you'll then get the opportunity to travel to another memory from the past. Sometimes the game does feel rough around the edges, but I give it credit for having so much stuff to discover and lots of narration to unravel the story.
Ah, the reason you are here, the XY experimentation. A lot of people applied, not many got accepted, but you did.
SolVR is a tilting puzzle game inspired by Marble Madness and Monkey Ball. Use your controllers to tilt the level so the ball reaches the goal. It features very peaceful music and a fun blocky graphic visual style. Sadly, it's very short and there aren't very many levels. I enjoyed this a lot and I wish there were more levels to play. Hopefully in the future, there will be more. Koliseum Soccer is a richly detailed table soccer simulator with some extra sci-fi features sprinkled in. It behaves just like the real-life version. Grip the handles and spin your miniature guys to kick the ball into the goal. The extra sci-fi elements include controlling a roaming player that can detach and run through the board, a massive death ball, shields, and more. It's single player only. Against the AI, there's multiple difficulty modes. You can play a 1 versus 1 game where you manually change positions on your side so you can control all the players. And there's also a 2 versus 2 mode where you have an AI friend on your side so you don't have to keep switching positions. The overall presentation and polish are impressive. This could very easily be a paid game. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes paid in the future, so I recommend trying this sooner rather than later, in case it does become paid. It's a must play. Well, that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe. See ya!